is this?
Are you ready for your life to change?
What? Hello? Hello?
Vincent, do you know what time it is?
Molly? The hell are you doing on the phone?
You're not supposed to be calling. You're not allowed any contact, not right now. Please don't make this any harder.
Hell.
Life can be interesting, really. On any given day. Today, for example, began with an odd telephone call, and it ended with an odd telephone call. Life is just a series of events and consequences that shape who we are daily. Some people are blessed with a series of wonderful events that make their lives perfect. I'm not one of those people. I've always been dealt the crappy hand and have to bluff my way to the pot. I don't believe in fate. Our reaction to these things that happen to us, they determine the course our life is going to take. Now, I'm not one to judge people. In my life, I've made my own mistakes, but I cannot stand the people who attempt to push their problems on me. Why do they feel the need to do that? If I wanted to help them, wouldn't I have offered? Besides, I've got my own problems. Thank you.
Mr. Harden, thanks for coming in. I'm Bill Masters. This is Larry Preston and Kurt Ryland. Please help yourself to some water. Mr. Harden, we've had a chance to review your application.
We have a few questions we'd like to ask you.
We've got some things that we need to have clarified.
Having been a former detective is definitely a plus for you.
And your arrest record over 6 years is pretty impressive.
However, the last 5 years seem to be a little less colored.
Yeah, we've had a great deal of trouble finding any information on your more recent affairs.
As you know, in the security industry, trustworthiness is extremely important.
And it seems to be a little bit difficult to trust someone
who has spent the last 5 years in prison.
I can explain that.
You can explain why you neglected to put that on your application?
Were you trying to hide that from us?
I'm sorry, Mr. Harden. There's simply too many questions regarding your trustworthiness.
We are going to have to reject you as our head of security.
We hope you understand.
Nancy, would you please show Mr. Harden out of the building?
Thank you for your time.
We're sorry we couldn't be of more help to you.
Good luck in the future.
I'll readily admit, I've made mistakes in my past. Some larger than others, but I don't believe a man's past should be held against him. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm not the only one. It just seems that my mistakes are too large to hide. Trust me, I've been trying.
Hey, this is Little George. Yeah, I need you to come by my office today. Yeah, I got something I want to talk to you about. I think you're way too long, man. Come by. Later.
Like I've said, I've made mistakes. If I wanted to stop making them, then I wouldn't even be considering going to Little George's. But I've got nowhere else to go. I've made a lot of friends in my life, and many have helped me out in tougher times. But no one has helped me out more than Little George. No one has hurt me as much either. But in times of need, he has always been a friend. Now, the name Little George is sort of an oxymoron for the man himself, because Little George is actually rather large. He got the adjective, little, because he's still the smallest in the family.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got faith, right? Hey, I gotta go. Yeah, this is a little bit more important than that. Yeah, I'll talk to you later, alright? Yeah, this is a little bit more important. I'll call you back later, alright? Alright, later. Oh, well, it's been so long, man.
In about a month.
Shoot, yeah. I remember you in here 2 or 3 times a week, son.
Yeah, times change, George.
Yeah, they sure do. So how's the last month been on the outside? I mean, it must be, nice to have a little space to move around.
Yeah, you know that thing I asked you to take care of the last time I was in here?
What? That record thing? I put Sonny right on it right away, man.
I'll put Sonny back on it, because I got turned down for a job again. All because they found out about my past.
I'll have to look into that myself. So, how are we making a living?
I'm not. I'm almost tapped out on all the money I had before they took some away.
I might be able to help you out with that. Why don't you take a seat on down here and listen to me real quick?
Don't happen to be the last time I took a seat in this chair?
Yeah, there's nothing like that at all.
I hope not. I'm not going back. You understand?
I feel the same way. So how would you like to make $2,500?
Doing what?
Something small, a little easy.
Well, George, what is it? Who is she?
It's your job. Her name is Melody Claus. She just showed up in town this week, but starting to make a name for herself. I mean, I guess she's supposed to be one of them high-class call girls or something. I mean, she's been seen around town a lot of, wealthy men and everything. Okay. You know how my things work. I mean, you have to be able to see what kind of problem this poses for me.
Just moving in on your territory.
We don't know what the situation is. I know you still have a lot of friends. Some still on the force. But I figured I'd be able to get all the information I need.
Now I find myself sitting in this office, talking to a man it is very hard to say no to. Especially when he puts out a figure like $2,500. At least $1,000 of that will go to cover my expenses. My expenses being buying people off, paying for information, and the like. But still, $1,500 to follow around some babe? That's good money as far as I'm concerned. That's the best job offer I've had since getting out of the joint. Another thing about Little George, the man enjoys listening to himself talk. At times I find myself daydreaming as he goes on and on about the old days, or what have you. Sometimes I have to interrupt him just to get myself out of his presence. I'll do it!
Okay. Right on, man. Right on. See, I knew you would come through. Hey, why don't you just take that picture right there? Take that. It's about $1,000. Just see what you can find out for me, all right?
I'll see what I can do, but you know me.
But you don't make any promises, right? It's all good, man. It's all right. Hey, look. By the way, if I like what you bring back, I might even double your pay.
All right.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, he's gonna do it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. No, I got this under control. Trust me.
What can I get for you?
I have a Doers on the rocks.
Harden! Oh, hell no. There is no possible way Vincent Harden is dumb enough to come back into my bar. Not after last time. I tell you last time I kicked your drunk ass out. Did it remind you?
I didn't listen to you then. I won't listen to you now. One day, you're gonna realize.
I told you to buy your first round. How you doing, baby?
Doing all right.
So, Brandon, this is an old associate of mine, Vincent Harden. And all his drinks are on the house. For now. So what took you so long to come back in?
Trying to stay clean.
Then you shouldn't be taking another job from Little George.
How'd you know about that?
Ah, come on. You know how it is. Everybody knows everything. Just a matter of time till you came back in here anyway. See, you found a new table.
Yeah. All my fond memories of that one.
Yeah. But it was a hell of a night, wasn't it?
Let's not talk about it.
Fair enough. So what exactly has Little George got you working on?
She got me following some lady around town. Goes by the name of Melody. Seen her around? What do you know?
She's been in a few times, maybe. Here and there.
Did you come in with anybody?
Different people each time.
Anyone I know?
Just people. Senator, a judge, detective. People. Kind of people that like to be seen with a woman that looks like that. And not many brunettes that can turn a head like Melody can.
Annette? Pat, the girl I'm talking about is long.
Maybe she was at one point, but I can tell you from first-hand experience, she is most definitely brunette. In fact, she was in last night, and she was very much brunette.
No. Look at this.
That's Melody. And she is most definitely brunette.
That's not the picture that little George gave me.
I don't know about all that, but son, if Little George wants you following Melody, that's Melody.
You expect her in tonight?
No telling. She doesn't really have a set routine. And she comes and goes wherever her friends want to go.
I'll get back to you later tonight. You let me know if she comes in.
See or hear anything, you'll be the first to know.
I appreciate that.
Think nothing of it.
Patrick O'Rourke, he's a good guy. I like him a lot. I was nervous as ever walking back into his bar for the first time in a little over 5 years. See, the last time I was in, there was sort of a scene, and I didn't know how he felt about the whole situation. But, from the way he just talked to me, things seemed to be okay. I trust Pat more than most people. When you're a detective, you've got to figure out who is always lying to you, and who only lies to you sometimes. Patrick lies the least of anyone I know, but he covers himself by avoiding to talk about things. It's a little harder to get information out of him, but when you get it, you know it's fairly accurate. Pat and his little brother Sean are both known as big muscle men around these parts. They're both on the payroll of Little George, and are very loyal. When Little George needs someone roughed up, the O'Rourke brothers are the guys to call. They can be ruthless, which makes me happy to be on their good side. As far as information in this city goes, there's only a few people who know what's really going on. And I happen to be close with one of them. His name is Richard Feldner. He goes by Richie, which I've been calling him since we were both 10. Well, getting in here is a whole lot easier than it used to be.
I don't need to place car around with bodyguards anymore.
Apparently not.
Damn, Vince. You had me so scared coming in here like that. I didn't know you'd gotten out.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep it quiet.
It's probably a good idea. Lots of people would be looking for you if they knew you weren't locked up.
I've been keeping a low profile. What's got you so scared? Where are your bodyguards?
I don't need those guys anymore. People stopped coming around, going to different guys. You know, towards the end, I couldn't even afford to keep the guys I had left loyal. And make matters worse, I took a contract and I couldn't deliver. And to make a long story short, I gotta watch my back now. It's a good thing those guys don't know me as well as you do.
So, you completely out of the information loop?
No, I still hear things time to time. What are you looking for? A girl, perhaps?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Her name's Melody Claus. You heard of her?
Melody Claus. It rings a bell. A little bell.
Like I said, getting the information I need is going to cost some money. So now is the time where I've got to conserve as much as I can to keep my take up. But I don't want to insult a friend who's down on his luck.
Generous offer for not knowing if the information I have is good or not.
I wish it could be more, but I don't like seeing you this way. I got problems in my own.
Hey, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's more than enough. Okay. I'm going to be completely honest with you right now. I don't have a lot of information on this lady. She's kind of a big mystery. But what I do have, I guarantee will help you find more.
Alright.
This is all I got, but it should say we're going to look for more.
$200 for another photo? Sounds like a pretty bum deal, huh? Well, the money was well spent. See, the man in the picture with Melody goes by the name of Detective Jackson Riley, my former partner. The man who let me take the fall when the going got tough. The man who I believe set me up. Of course, I'd never come out and accuse him of that. After all, we are friends. Luckily, I've got a sixth sense when it comes to people. Especially people I know. Jackson was the only partner I had as a detective. He had been a detective for 2 or 3 years before me, so he knew the ropes pretty well. He was quick to teach me where and when the system could be bent and broken. He's a real professional. Professional liar, thief, generally not someone I would usually trust. I suspected him of sleeping with my wife, but that's another story. Back then I was blinded by all the things he was offering me. People make mistakes, and I made one by trusting him. I won't make that mistake again. Now there's different ways of handling different people. Those like Little George, you sit there and take what he says to you. You know you're in his world and have to do things his way. But in my world, people like Jackson Riley who talk the talk but can't walk the walk, those people, you can treat a completely different way.
Hey, Jackie boy, did you miss me?
This is no way to treat your partner. Come on, I owe you a drink.
You owe me a lot more than a drink. How about the last 5 years? And all the money you took from the place.
I think we've got some stuff to talk about.
You're right, we do got some stuff to talk about. We're gonna start with this.
Melanie?
Don't play with me, I know her name is Melody Claus. I need to know what you know right now about her.
Look, I don't know what's going on here, Vincent. But I have to say, it's good to see you. Okay. Like, I don't know who this Melody Claus is, but the girl in that picture, her name's Melanie Lyman. Now, do you think you can let go of me?
Who is she?
An acquaintance.
What does she do for you?
Do you really want the details? I'm sure if you think about it, you can figure it out for yourself.
Now look, Jack. I'm not gonna ask you again. Give it to me straight up. We're gonna find you very hard to walk for the next month.
What do you want me to say? I only spent 2 nights with her, and we didn't do a whole lot of talking, if you know what I mean.
So she's a call girl.
She's the call girl. She can make all your dreams come true.
How does she do that?
I don't know, magic, I suppose. Word on the street is every guy in the city's dying for one night with her.
How do you get in contact with her?
That's the weird thing, you don't. It's like, if you want her bad enough, she just appears. That's all I know.
Who knows more?
I don't know if there is any more.
What kind of answer is that? You need to know everything about this girl. And if you're as stupid as I think you are, you need to point me in the right direction. Partner.
Outside of what her and I have done together, I haven't had any contact with her. Up until this point, I haven't mentioned her to anybody, so I don't have anywhere to send you. And one day you're gonna have to stop asking me to do all your work for you. So how's your ex-wife been?
I really don't like resorting to violence. It's not one of my favorite things to do. However, there are some people who just don't understand any other language. Had I attempted to just talk to Jackson, he would have tried to play me for a fool, giving me runarounds and making stuff up. With a guy like him, you have to make sure you're the one in control the entire time. Did he still lie to me? Of course he did. But I'm pretty sure I know where.
Does he know anything yet?
Just that I've been with her. Somehow he got a photograph of us.
A photo. How'd that happen?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't even remember it.
She's becoming a bit of a problem for us. I think we'll have to have her eliminated.
How do you plan on doing that? You can't find her. I can't even keep track of her. I mean, she's here one minute, she's gone the next.
But that's what Vince is for. If anyone can find her, it's him.
But what if they find out that he's looking for her? They might kill him.
They might. We can hope.
Luke D. Tungate and Associates, how may I direct your call?
Can I speak with Reginald Tungate, please?
I'm sorry, Mr. Tungate is busy at the moment.
Tell him it's Mr. Harden.
Please hold, Mr. Harden.
Vincent, I don't really have much time to talk to you right now.
Well, you have the time to talk. We got some serious things we need to discuss. Some real serious things.
Okay, so what's the situation with this girl?
Her name is Melody. I just found out she also goes by Melanie. I'm guessing Melody is some street name. But I don't know how the guy who gave me my information found out her real name.
You are correct. Melanie is this girl's birth name, but at a young age she started to go by Melody.
So you know her.
I met her once. She was enticing.
So you slept with her too, huh?
Heavens no, look, I've got a wife and a kid, and I wouldn't do that. But it wasn't from a lack of her trying.
Do you know what a goal is? I mean, please, give me anything. Something.
I wish I could, however, I need to warn you. She's not associated with the best kind of people, and not the type to be messed with.
Who are they?
I can't say.
Reggie, I need to know. I need to know.
You're getting a little obsessive. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Of course, I was lying. I wasn't sure what was going on with me. What was going on with me? I'd barely begun getting my life back, and something was going on, and I was blind to it. Just like before. As connected as I am, people still find ways to hide things from me.
He knows too much. He won't find anything else out. This ends tonight.
I miss you, Vincent. And soon, you're gonna miss me. I'm sorry.
Some dreams suck. Sometimes I wish I didn't dream. I had them all the time when I was locked up. In a 6x8 room of one color, there's not much else to do. Daydream and dream. My friends, they're not the type to write. If you're out of the loop, then you're out. And if you get back, then it's your job to play catch up. When you're inside, you learn to live inside your head. Spend a lot of time alone, just thinking, planning, dreaming. I would dream about what was going on while I was locked up. Who was working for who and who got killed. Make up stories and play them out in my head. Pathetic. Well, what else was I supposed to do? If I find this girl tonight, I'm gonna want to look presentable. Appearances are everything. In this world, it's all about how you look and how you present yourself. To my friends, it doesn't matter. They know me. They know who and what I am. But these people I might be dealing with tonight, I have to look a little bit better than I usually do. As a kid, I never knew what I wanted to be, so I took what I thought was the easy way out. Spent 2 years in the Army and learned everything I could, then got them to pay for college. Next thing I know, I woke up one day and I was a cop. I woke up another day and I was a crooked cop. Now I wake up and I find I'm a convict. There's not too many places for me to go now. My limited work for little George is probably going to turn into a full-time job if I'm ever going to make the money I want to make. No one's going to hire someone like me. I've been trying. According to them, I'm not trustworthy. So I find myself doing this bum job for little George, following around a girl. What could be so special about this girl? Does he really think that I still have the connections to find out about her? I'm a little out of the loop these days. Why didn't he hire someone who's been out and around? I was so concerned with making some money for myself that I didn't even consider the job. Just told him I would do it. He knows me well enough to know that I would have accepted it right there on the spot. I have a feeling I'm being set up again.
The plan is almost complete. I will handle the end of it. I need you and her to make sure that he gets here tonight.
The worst feeling in the world is feeling like you've been set up by the two men you trust, your partner and your mentor. Early on, Jackson introduced me to Little George, and for whatever reason, Little George took a liking to me. In the beginning, I wasn't allowed to come around without Jackson, all that gangster paranoia and what have you. But after a couple of jobs were done, the invitation was extended to me to start coming around on my own. So I did. I was enticed by the richness and the luxury. I watched Jackson. I saw the cars he drove, the restaurants he took his dates to, and the jewelry he bought. I saw it all and I wanted it. I was greedy. Jackson pushed me to do the jobs. Kept telling me one day I'd be living like him. Kept telling me I was a natural. He was just feeding my ego and getting me out of my house at night. Eventually, a pretty big job came around and Jackson recommended me to do it. He said it would be the one that proved myself. So I worked as Little George's right-hand man on that job. I arranged everything, getting it all in place. Not much earlier, a very large drug bust had been made. Hundreds of pounds of cocaine were just sitting in our evidence room. I managed to backdoor about half of it out. The exchange was to be made at O'Rourke's, and our buyers would meet me there, pay me, and take the money to Little George from my cut. So I was taking the risks, and Little George was getting the payoff. But it was free money for me, just with some risk attached to it. The night it was all supposed to go down, I was sitting at my old table in the bar. My buyers showed up with the money. I told them that their drugs were outside in the trunk of my car and handed them the keys. I opened the briefcase to find it empty. When I looked up, they were rushing me. It was a sting. I've got no proof. Only the suspicions that Little George and Jackson set me up. Either way, I made the mistake, and now I'm paying for it. I've got to change my life. Oh, you were going to tell me what Melody got here.
And I will, if she comes in.
She's right over there. She was just over.
You been drinking already?
Not yet, but I guess I could use one now.
Come on.
Thanks. Anything happening tonight?
Nothing exciting.
No strangers, nothing out of the ordinary?
Nada.
And she hasn't been into it?
You will be the first to know.
Matt, why do I feel like I'm getting screwed? Again? With this whole girl thing? You're hiding something that I need to know. You're gonna tell me.
Hey, questions like that need to be taken up with Little George.
So I am being set up.
That's between you and him. But between you and me, I'd ask him about that directly.
If she shows up, can you keep her here?
Sure, Vince. I do a lot of things for you, my man, but I will not make that young lady do anything she doesn't want to. If she shows up and wants to leave, she's gonna leave.
All right. Have a good night.
Take care.
Now this is not good. Not good at all. I mean, I've seen corpses in my day, but I've never felt like I was gonna lose everything in my stomach. I have no idea what to do next.
Pat, we need to talk now.
Excuse me, ladies. Sun's come up. Please enjoy yourself.
What? Little George, Jackson, and Richie are dead.
Somebody got to little George. Something big is going on. This absolutely must be dealt with.
Take care of it.
Do it discreetly. People find out little George is dead and the whole world of shit is going to come in. See to it. How the hell did she get here?
Am I really seeing it?
You got eyes, trust her. I'm seeing her.
I can't let her out of my sight.
Then I'm gonna go to little George's and get it done.
I hear you've been looking for me.
I have been.
Now that you find me, what do you want to do?
Who sent you here?
You did.
Why are you here?
You want me.
What makes you think that I want you?
You've been searching for me all day.
Maybe I was paid to find out who you are and why you're here.
I don't think you're ever getting paid anymore.
I think it's about time you start answering some questions.
There's no need for that.
Who are you?
She's like a genie, Vincent. She can make all your dreams come true.
So who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rusty McNeil, and I'm new to these parts.
You killed Jackson and little George, didn't you?
I had to. They were becoming too much of a burden
Why'd you come here?
to take care of business, to give people what they want.
What does this have to do with me?
Open your eyes, Vincent. This has everything to do with you. I understand why little George wanted you on this job. You are very good. You knew where to go. You knew what to look for. But I have to tell you that without me, you wouldn't know anything. Everything you found out today, I let you find out.
How'd you let me find out?
I know what it's like to be you, Vincent. I know what it's like to try to escape everything. Trying to escape your past. Trying to escape the poor decision you made. Trying to escape prison. Trying to escape the pain of knowing your ex-wife wants nothing to do with you. I know what it's like to try to escape everything in your life. But where could you go? Perhaps a dream. You can escape everything in a dream or in a fantasy, like the one I attempted to give you with Melody.
So what, now you think I owe you something?
You owe me everything! I have given you everything you have ever imagined, dreamed, wanted. I gave it all to you.
So where were you when I got busted? You keep giving me things that I don't even want. What do you want with me?
Vincent, I like you. You're a good guy. You've made some bad decisions, but we all have. I don't believe a man's past should be held against him. The things we go through, they make us who we are today. Don't you agree? It's what I thought. Good. Because now, is when you do for me what I need you to do.
And what's that?
Calm down. This will all be over shortly. And then you can go on living your life as who you want to be. All you have to do is one little thing for me first.
I'm not doing anything for you.
Sit down! Good. Now I want you to pick up the phone and dial this number.
You know nobody's gonna answer that.
Please. Just dial this number. And when they pick up, I want you to say this.
Are you ready for your life to change?